Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my Lufenia video. Well, Lufenia Plus, baby Lufenia Plus. Well, it's called Divine Realm Extra Hard. There's no additional rewards other than some tickets, which I desperately need, which is also kind of why I attempted it. I tried going in with Noctis, when I was talking about it in my full video. I tried to go with Noctis, Agrias and Yuna. Didn't really work. I died in like the first 5 turns because Noctis LD. The warp step gave everybody, they keep taking turns and turns. So the thing about this boss mechanic is that if we take more than 5 turns in a row, he will immediately do his recast ability. That's something new, by the way. So yeah, the issue was that even though nobody broke, everybody died. That was the thing. I believe everybody except Yuna died. Or was it not? I can't remember. Someone survived. And I mean, I could not really mitigate this because of how Noctis works. And this is also true for the second part. So let's say I bring a Warlock Core, I bring a Setzer Core, I bring a Gladio Core, and I just take turns and turns, and when he's about to do his recast ability, I just use one of the core. The issue with that is that for the second part of the fight, the mechanic is more or less the same, in the sense that if you take more than 5 turns in a row, he will also do his recast ability. I wouldn't have enough HP mitigation to survive. That's how I see it. So instead of just wasting time and trying to brute force it, I decided to just switch out Yuna for Warrior of Light. And after that, in terms of damage, them doing damage to me, it became a joke. In fact, the only time that I took damage was right here at the beginning, where I believe Noctis shield was too low, or it ran out, or something along the lines of that. But it doesn't really matter. Agres has a passive HP regen. Royal of Light has his EX regen, HP regen. So I didn't really have to worry about that. And if the situation was really dire, I could just bring in Yuna and then use a shield, and that's another HP regen, or rather a burst heal. So yeah, I saw the next banner is supposed to be Yuffie. I'll probably throw like 100 tickets at her. If I get her, I get her. If not, then no. I don't really mind actually. In fact, I might either totally skip it or use even lesser tickets, because I don't really care or bother about Yuffie. Yeah, so I mean, and her Lufenia I was checking is not very difficult to manage anyway, just poison the set. So there's a lot of characters that does that anyway, so yeah. No worries if you're going to skip that one. So coming back to this fight, this boss, the only really painful thing that he does is his recast ability, which for some reason sometimes it wipes out generic buffs which are not silver, and sometimes he doesn't. So I have no idea exactly what constitutes to him erasing your buffs and him not erasing your buffs. Like you see right here, he actually erased quite a few of my buffs. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly why he does that. It's probably maybe when the recast gauge is full, then he will erase the buff, and when it's not full, when you take 5 turns in a row, he will just use his normal attack without erasing. I'm not sure. If there's any info on it, I'll definitely put it in the description. Other than that, he is not very scary. The hard part is actually when he gets into his final form. This one, he mainly does his recast ability and a bunch of AoE. No, sorry, not AoE, single target attacks. And World of Light just lost at it, basically. The only issue I have with this recast gauge is that it always charges regardless of whether the boss takes a turn or not. So for example, let's say right now it's empty, like what it is right now, and Agrias does one of her her confuse, her stun, her silence, one of them. We'll talk about how her kit works later on, but yeah. So it will still cause the gauge to increase, as you're gonna see right here. You see, it goes up even though it was confused. So that is the one thing I have issues with, because I feel like if you really want people to use characters like Agrius to really paralyze or make sure that the boss doesn't take a turn and stuff, then at the very least make sure that the recast gauge doesn't go up. You know, then it's fair to the character in the sense that the boss doesn't act as compared to you know, even though I confused him, I stunned him and stuff, right now I am in danger because of his recast gauge. And it really makes me just want to save all my stuns and paralyze and silence and whatever nonsense for when the recast gauge is full. You know, just perma stun him then. I mean, that is a tactic, but I don't really like it because I feel like I don't really have control as to when I want to paralyze him, because then I'll just save it all for when his recast gauge is full, constantly paralyzed, and if he takes 2 turns in a row, I'm screwed. You know, I don't really like that. But yeah, yes, I kind of miss why Noctis took damage, but yeah, I mean, he's still above half, he's relatively healthy. If I'm in immediate danger, I can always just summon orbs in one or the other. And I'm not sure exactly why he wasn't regening with Agrius passive, with her Knight's Pride buff thing. I forget what it's called, Bravery I think. I know that it gives passive HP regen, but I believe it was one of the mechanics of the boss where if you know, he will go into a form where you don't take any HP regen, because if you see right here, I'm about to regen my HP. Yeah, there we go. See, so I believe it was one of the mechanics of the boss. And let's talk more about Agrius kit. So Knight's Pride works exactly the same. You want to get to 5 stacks as soon as possible, where you get the most HP and Brave regen. I believe you need to use it twice. I'm not sure whether the LD will give you an increased stack, as in from 4 to 5 or 3 to 5, you know, that kind of thing. But you just want to get it to 5 basically. Her what's her S2 called? The one where there are like blades dropping from the sky. Yeah, that one has I believe they call it a moderate chance of paralyze, so I'm not sure the exact percentage, but once in a while I do get lucky. In fact, really soon I will actually paralyze the boss twice in a row. And that was like super lucky. Okay, let's see what is it called. Judgment Blade, yes, yeah. How can I forget it? Judgment Blade, chance to paralyze. With her C65, it is a guaranteed paralyze. Just make sure that after you C65, you immediately use Judgment Blade, because it is only active for 1 turn. EX works exactly the same, no change. Will silence the bosses or whoever you use it on. It will only cause them to skip their turn if they actually use a magic ability or magic attack. So for people that are using physical attack, it will not affect them at all. In fact, they will just ignore that debuff and just continue trying to kill you. Her LD ability is something Ruination. I can't remember. As you can tell, I'm really bad with remembering abilities and names in general. But yeah, anyway, I saved most of my core for this particular boss. But yeah, her LD, it does a 3 HP dump. And oh, this scene, such an epic move, only to do 0 HP damage. I find that was really hilarious that Royal of Light just makes this entire fight a joke, mainly because of his LD. You know, he's like, oh, you're gonna hit me? Nah, bruh, I have shoes up. But anyway, yeah, her LD ability, we'll see the name when it pops up, but yeah, it will also change your Brave to a Brave Plus with a special name on it. It starts with an M, and when you use that, it will not do any HP damage, but it will cause that particular boss to be confused, and it's a frame confused, which is kind of nice. Not exactly sure whether if the bosses is immune to confuse, whether it will still stick, which I mean, I don't think so, but you know, it is frame. It's nice, I guess. Not that it really matters. I guess it does, in the sense that if the boss is about to buff himself, you put confuse on him, then confuse will stick. You know, that's something good. Am I about to use an LD? Nope. Judgment Blade is okay. I believe this was a, yeah. Was it the other parrot? No, it was not. Okay. So right here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a good opportunity to bring Yuna in, because I was ready to burst. I had burst, I had summon, I had still a few more calls to use before not before anything, but I still had a few more calls to use. So I wasn't really in any danger at this point of the fight. There we go, the first paralyze. I got really lucky with this. I honestly didn't really care whether I get the paralyze or not, because I wanted the boss to come out of his purple effect. So he has 4, I believe, purple, blue, green, yellow. And you kind of only want to burst when it is yellow, preferably yellow, but definitely not when he was blue or purple. So green is like the second best. Not exactly perfect as well, because I believe he has increased defense, if I'm not wrong. Because when I was in burst and he was in his green form, I was doing pathetic damage. You'll see pretty soon anyway. But yeah, I guess it really wouldn't matter if you're bringing someone like Van. You know, maybe you don't burst when he is in his Brave Gain Seal mode. I believe that is the purple. No, was it blue? Hold on, let me check. But yeah, so in that form, right, Van will not gain any battery, so you will not be doing as much damage. So I would suggest that you don't burst when he is in that color, which is purple. Yes, prevents enemies brave HP recovery. Yeah, that is the one that you don't want to be in when you burst. Blue is basically nullifies damage from brave. Green is HP attacks become guaranteed, and he will also regen the amount of health that he did onto you. Basically, if he does 8,000, he regens 8,000. And yellow is prevents own knockback and delay. Another one, epic move, but 0 damage. Warrior of Light. Best tank. But yeah, you don't really have to worry about anything other than his countdown ability. His countdown ability is not a guaranteed instant kill, but it removes all your buffs, framed and not framed. So it is kind of a guaranteed kill unless you are tanky enough to survive. You know, you load up on like your health with Alexander, Gladios, increase HP. I have no idea who else increases your HP. Maybe Root, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe you might be able to survive, but why take the risk, right? It's not very difficult to manage anyway. Divine Ruination, there we go. Finally read it. Yeah, so Divine Ruination, 3 HP down. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 3. I'm not sure. It could be it could. I'm not sure whether it evolves. Let me check. I don't think so. Let's see. Divine Ruination, yeah, it's always 3. So yeah, no evolution whatsoever. Yeah. I did that because I just wanted to get more damage in. I didn't really. Oh yes, and because I needed to re-apply her overhead buff. It was getting. It was either 2 or 1. I can't remember. But yeah. So I only applied it when I need to. Mainly because there's only 3 usage. So yeah, I really want to be safe. There we go. Faded Molly. That was what it's called. Faded Molly. Guaranteed. Confused if the boss is not immune. It's a frame. Confused. And this boss does all magic attacks, so you don't have to worry about silence not stopping the boss from attacking. His recast is a silence. It's a magic attack as well. So yeah, don't have to worry about not silencing the boss. If not, this boss is pretty easy to manage with a World of Light. If not, I would say just bring someone like Bash, Porum, you know, all the really usual tanks that everybody is bringing right now. I don't think Celeste works unless your party is able to survive the initial blow. I'm not sure whether she does any increased HP damage. But yeah, this is something interesting about Yuna's burst. It is not really affected by Brave Seal, the Brave Gain Seal. So yeah, you can just burst with Yuna anytime you want. Because I believe hers is a flat not a gain, but it doesn't decrease her brave. So yeah. And actually right here I should have just used Freeze Joker. He was about to use his Recast ability. In fact, after that, I believe he went into the green stage, which is one of the most annoying ones. And I burst in the green stage. It was kind of a joke, I feel. I mean, blue armor Noctis and doing so little damage. Yes, that was embarrassing. But yeah, another epic move, Recast ability, 0 HP. No debuffs, no or whatsoever, so you know I don't have to worry about it. He does apply debuff at was it 75? 79? The 70-ish range, and he will apply again at 49%. I believe it was 49%. It's called Intimidate Plus. I'm not sure whether he applied it already or not. You see that it actually stick to Noctis, but it was not able to land on Warrior of Light and Agres. I'm not sure whether Agres has a passive, you know, you can't debuff me kind of thing, but I know that Warrior of Light has his elude, probably allows him to dodge it, or probably allowed him to dodge it. And poor Noctis is the only one that had to suffer the debuffs. But one of them is attack down, defense down, and I believe it's in brave now, I'm not sure. But attack down, Noctis can easily cancel it, or if you're running Yuna, then can just dispel it, not really an issue. Yeah, green face. Really high defense, so I would really not recommend that you burst unless you're bursting someone like Yuna, where she has quite a bit of HP regen, brave regen, and her finisher burst doesn't require any brave gain or brave hits, you know. But right here I initially thought that Sezer's call will allow me to hit rainbow numbers. I mean, I did see that I was doing very little brave damage to the boss, but I thought that his call will actually let me do rainbow numbers. And I'm not sure whether I was wrong or it was sealed by the boss mechanic, but yeah, no rainbow numbers. Really disappointing. Really glad that Noctis has his brave gain, you know, at the end of all his abilities. So yeah, that was really important. I also got some brave from Guardian Shield, which I believe is Yuna's burst. Yeah, Guardian Shield. So I believe it's Yuna's burst. I know that Warrior of Light doesn't really give any passive regen, right? I don't think he gave any brave regen or brave battery. So yeah, another thing about him in this green state is that, as you can see, my summon is silent, so you cannot summon when he is in this color or this form. And I didn't notice it until just before I wanted to summon, and I was like, why can't I press the summon button? I was like, oh, it must be because he was in this green particular form. And yes, it was because of the form, and I also realized that his defense is significantly higher in this green form as compared to let's say purple or blue, because it could also be because Yuna came in and Agres left, and that was probably why, because when Noctis was in summon, he was doing more damage. You know, that was when Agres came back. So yeah, be prepared for that. Yeah, look, you can see me actually pressing the summon button. I'm like, work, damn it! But yeah, be prepared for. Look at that, Noctis is sitting for 400. That is just disappointing and sad. I mean, I guess Buds would be really good because of all his brave battery. So yeah, I mean, you have a lot of options in terms of DPS. In terms of tank, you know, the few that are really good. Gladio won't be really useful here because the boss does AoE damage, even though there's only one target. In fact, there's only one target. Your Gladio will be going way too often for you to really maximize his LD. So yeah. And right, the orb. As you can see, the orb is up. It appears when he does his Recast ability at a certain threshold of his health. And it will also disappear after he does his Recast ability below 30%. That one I'm pretty sure. So yeah, and there's no way to increase the orb. Look at him doing 15 damage. That is that was painful to watch. But yeah, you see that 5,000? I was not able to break that 5,000. It was quite sad. But yeah, the orb, make sure that he has less than what was it, 15% of his max brave, something like that. 25% of his max brave, and his max brave is 70,000. So 25% of that is divided by 4. Oh, math is hard. Math is hard. 1, 2, 5. Right? 60. God no, that's not it. 1, 4. 5. You know what? I'm just gonna use a calculator. 20% of 70,000 is 70,000 divided by 4. 17,500. Yeah, so make sure that his brave doesn't go up to 17,500, which is actually pretty easy to do. He loves to spam HP attack, so most of the time his brave is 0. He doesn't really gain back other than, as you can see, after he does his recast or after he does one of his HP. So, and even then also it is not able to hit that 70,500. It's only at 13k. So yeah, just be careful at this stage of the fight where you are not doing as much brave damage. So, or brave shaving. So right here I was actually trying to get rid of Juna already. I wanted to bring Aggress back in so that I can do more damage and summon also. Because I really wanted to make sure, not make sure, I really wanted to maximize Noctis burst effect. And another thing that dropped off was also Kurosame's call. That also affect the amount of brave that I was doing. So yeah, that was another factor. But all in all, this boss is. But nowadays, I guess the boss will be very tanky in the sense that they have increased defense. So yeah, not a fun thing to deal with actually. Look at that, Aggress was doing 1. World of Light is doing 1. The only one that's not doing 1 was Noctis. And he is not even boosted. Aggress is boosted. I mean, come on. No love for Aggress. Yeah, see, right there Setzer was doing Rainbow, so I didn't really understand how the call works. I guess I misunderstood the fact that that I'll be able to do Rainbow damage. I guess that would be too strong, right? I mean, Setzer call gives you Rainbow damage for like 6 turns. Damn, that's insane actually. But yeah, at this point of the fight, you know, Shinryu is kind of dead. 2% health. It was actually pretty nice that Aggress was the one that finished it, especially with a Knight's Pride. I was only thinking that he'll be doing 1% damage. You know. But yeah, not a difficult fight if you make it to this point of the stage. I had trouble with the first stage because I didn't bring a World of Light. But yeah, bring a tank, bring Power Room, and you'll be fine. So yeah, guys. I also hope that you guys are able to clear this for the tickets, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.